UCF quarterback Rhys Plumlee with us on 365 Sports. I was making fun of you in a way, the video of that day you had baseball, the spring game. I was like, shouldn't you always be in a golf cart somewhere when you're running around?
I'm telling you. Oh, man, in the spring, that was definitely a huge, busy spring. So golf carts did help. But in this, I think we could do it walking around Mo and Joe.
Coach Malzahn mentioned he recruited you at Auburn. Is that right?
Yes,
with Bo Nix?
Yeah, that's right.
And so when you were looking elsewhere and he was there, how much did that make it a simple, an easy, I guess, answer?
Yeah, it's I think, with college football, there's a relationship aspect, but there's also a business aspect. And so it kind of changes as you get older. In high school, I think it's all relationship-based. College, you have a little bit of relationship, a little bit of business. Obviously, in the pros, it's just a business at that point, right? And so I am a big fan of the relationship side of playing football. And so with Coach Malzahn, having that prior relationship when he recruited me in high school, when I got in the transfer portal and he gave me a call, it was kind of like we picked up right where we left off. And so that was really cool to have a familiar face on the other end of the phone.
All right, you're a two-sport star.
Sure.
There are many legendary two-sport stars. Who's your favorite of the guys who played two sports?
Man, I mean, that's tough. I'm a fan, I think, Bo Jackson, right? That's the one that you kind of circle. But I think Kyler looks a lot like me, right? Like where I think we have a lot of the same build-up and the same things that we do. But
you're saying you're not as big as Bo Jackson?
Well, I'm still doing my push-ups. Give me a break. I got to drink some more protein powder.
The off-season's not over yet.
That's right. We still a little bit of summer left. Got to get under the squat rack a little bit. Yeah. But I think me and Kyler look alike. But it's always really, really fun to go back and watch Bo.
What's it like to just be here today, to be at AT&T Stadium where the Cowboys play, to be a part of this new conference and all of these media and teams? Just what's the experience been like so far?
Really, really cool. Right when we walked in, obviously you got to look up and look at this huge screen that you're seeing. It's really, really cool. And I kind of have to pinch myself a little bit, right? And when I was a little kid, I grew up kind of watching, media days and watching these guys play football at a high level, football, baseball, high level. And now I'm getting to live out my dream that I get to do the same thing. And it's almost like surreal for me a little bit. I'm super blessed to be able to do what I do.
How much do you know about the Big 12? You've had a little bit of time to get ready for it, and Coach Malzahn's even said that, the recruiting classes, but how much do you know about it?
I don't know it like the back of my hand, to be completely honest with you, but, I mean, the more that we get to it, the closer that we get to it, I'm learning more and more. I just had a conversation with some TCU guys, and they're talking a little bit about what they do and kind of their culture, and I think that's kind of one of the cool things about moving into a new conference. We're gonna get to go to 6 different stadiums this year, or maybe 7 that we've never played in before. And so I think it's really neat to be able to go and experience those new stadiums. But I'm really excited for teams to come to the Bounce House as well, because that is truly a special place.
So how would you explain the Bounce House?
I mean, it's hard to put into words. It bounces. I mean, like, it actually moves around on you. I mean, I remember the first game that I played in, everybody said, hey, man, this place is electric. Like, just get ready, kind of buckle up. And, you kind of watch YouTube videos trying to, like, kind of see what it's all about. But, like, I remember sitting in the locker room, and I have the locker right next to the double doors that we walk through to go to our tunnel. And they start playing Zombie Nation, and, like, all of a sudden these double doors just start rattling. They just start rattling. And I look immediately to my left, like, is somebody trying to break into the locker room right now? Like, what is going on? And we open up the double doors, we start walking out, and this place is rocking. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's hard to paint the picture. I mean, if y'all haven't been, or if maybe some of the listeners haven't been, y'all have got to come to Orlando and come to the Bounce House. It's unbelievable.
All right, so Gus told us just now about your development as a pastor.
Sure.
Confidence-wise, where are you now as a pastor than just at the end of the season?
I mean, into the season last year I was banged up, and so I was kind of dealing with a bunch of different things, whether it was AC sprains or hamstring issues and all that kind of stuff, as everybody is at the end of the football season. Everybody's banged up, right? But I think now I'm really, really excited about the season that we're coming into here with Coach Henshaw coaching us at quarterbacks. He's played quarterback, right? And so, and not a lot of coaches can say that, hey, man, they've done it. You know what I mean? And so he knows what it means to have to step into a throw and maybe get hit in the rib cage every once in a while. You know what I mean? Not everybody can say that, right? He knows what it's like, and he's really helped me develop over the spring into the summer, and I'm really, really excited to go through a fall with him.
Is there any noticeable difference in Coach Malzahn not being the play caller, the OC type versus kind of handing off the reins, so to speak? Is there anything all that different from his role with you?
I mean, he didn't coach quarterbacks last year. Coach Chip Lindsey did. He's now at North Carolina, and I love him. He was awesome as well. But he did hand over the reins to Coach Henshaw.
Yeah.
And, we're gonna do. I would call it a mixture, kind of a hybrid of Coach Henshaw and Coach Malzahn's offense. And so I think you kind of get the best of both worlds, right? You get Coach Malzahn, his wisdom. He's been in the game. I mean, he's won at the highest level,
yeah.
right? You know, and so, but then you have Coach Henshaw's new school stuff, where you're really able to stretch the field vertically and get a bunch of explosive plays. I think it makes for a really good mixture.
So you don't just walk into a program after you came in from Ole Miss and raise your hand and said, "Okay, I'm the quarterback. I know, I'm the leader." You don't do that. People,
Sure.
You have to earn that. When did you feel like that came for you?
I've always been one of those guys that, I would consider myself a talkative guy, right? I'm not afraid to speak up in any situation. But I've been one of those guys that if you want to earn somebody's respect, you got to walk the walk, right? Like you've got to put the work in. You've got to show everybody why you think that you deserve a chance at being the starting quarterback. And so when I got into UCF, that's what I tried to do. I tried to show everybody with my actions that, hey, man, this is what I want to do. I want to lead this team to a championship. And so that's what I try to do. Just kind of, I try to lead by example. I think I use my voice as well, but I think the best leaders lead by example.
What do you know about Dante Culpepper and Blake Bortles other than the obvious?
Yeah, well, Blake Bortles actually yesterday came and spoke to UCF, which, man, I hate that I missed it. I haven't got to hear him speak yet. But Dante Culpepper came a little while back, and we got to hear him speak. And obviously, you go back and watch the film on those guys. They're unbelievable, right? And so it's pretty special to be at a spot where you're getting to shake Dante Culpepper's hand, right? He's on the front of a video game. And then Blake Bortles, I played with him in a video game before. Like, it's really cool to be able to say, hey, man, I'm playing at a school that they graduated from, that they also played the same position as. And it's a really neat experience for sure.
In the days before the bounce house, I went to high school in Florida.
Okay.
And my high school football team had some guys that were playing at Bowling Green. They were playing at UCF. We went as a trip to see them. That was Dante Culpepper's junior year.
Yeah.
Walked out on the field before the game and watching this guy, and I was like, who is this dude? It is crazy he was a quarterback. He is a huge, huge person.
A huge human being.
Even by big quarterback standards, he's bigger than big quarterbacks.
And athletic as all get out.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And, I've shaken his hand before, and his hand is,
Swallow
it feels
it
You
up.
have to,
two
like,
of my
do
hand.
both of them?
That's right. I'm going to shake both of my hands, please. And, yeah, unbelievable for sure.
So we've mentioned them, and obviously you're trying to set your own history, legacy, whatever, and that here we are around the corner from the league. But also, and you can't get into specifics as far as names, but Coach Malzahn, you can see the recruiting has picked up.
Yeah.
Since the announcement 20 months ago or so that they're going to be a part of the Big 12. Have you noticed that too as a player? Because you guys sometimes will host people when they come on campus.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, first off, Coach Malzahn is extremely good at recruiting, but I think it's because, like I said earlier, he's really good at the relationship side of college football. He cares about guys, right? Like, he genuinely cares about dudes in their future as well. And I think guys can feel that, right? And recruits, when they come in, they talk. They're not dumb. They're going to ask questions. They're going to ask us, hey, man, how is Malzahn? Is he telling me the truth? And I've never known him to lie. And so I think people kind of start to feel that. And then now we're in the Power 5. We're in the Big 12. There's more eyeballs. There's more attention. Why wouldn't a recruit want to come to a place where a guy, he's not going to lie to you. He's going to tell you the truth. And he's going to stick by his word, and I get to play at the highest level. Why would I not come? And so I think that's kind of getting highlighted a little bit.
You mentioned being able to talk to just some of the other players and stuff around here. Did you have, or do you have any, personal knowledge of players in this league? Are you all that familiar with anybody in particular, or is it all kind of fresh territory in general?
Yeah, it's pretty new for me, pretty fresh for me. Obviously, DG Dylan Gabriel, he played at UCF.
Yeah.
I haven't got to meet Dylan. I hope to meet him before I get out of here.
He's around the corner.
You got to make sure you do that.
I heard he's a great guy,
Yeah.
so obviously want to shake his hand. He did some great things at UCF, and he's doing great things at Oklahoma as well. But got to meet Garrett Green and a couple of different guys at the Manning Passing Academy this summer. Really good dudes, and so through that kind of stuff, you kind of build like a spider web of connections through college football. And obviously being in new territory, it's kind of a new spider web, right? You kind of get to make new connections and meet new guys, and so pretty excited about it.
All right, you went with the bow tie.
Sure.
Is that, you then look, by the way, pretty damn good in
My
it.
man, let's go.
Yeah. You went with that, is that a comfortable feel for you? Almost like a tux look.
So I grew up, and I played piano growing up, right?
Wow.
And so we would go to piano recitals and stuff, and I always wore a bow tie, right? My mom, hey, you need to wear a bow tie. I'm fine wearing a bow tie. Let's do it. And so I just have always kind of worn a bow tie. And as I've grown up, my dad has wanted me to wear a straight tie. He's a justice court judge in Mississippi, and he's wearing a straight tie all the time when he's on the bench, right? And so he says, hey, man, you need to wear a straight tie. And I'm like, Dad, I kind of like wearing a bow tie. And Mom backs me up, right? She's like, yeah, I think you look good in a bow tie. So I'd say the bow tie's for Mom.
Mom wins that battle.
She does. She
no,
wins
that's
that
not
one.
even like it's not even a conversation.
Not even a conversation.
John, well, go ahead.
Yeah, it's easy to see why you're here today. Got a great personality, very talkative, and also obviously a leader being a QB1. But
Sure.
was it an honor to get the invite? Because not every quarterback's here for every single team. Was that an honor to rep UCF, especially this very first time?
It is. It is an honor, and I really appreciate it. I feel really blessed to be in the spot where I'm at, right? To be able to be one of the leaders of this new UCF football team, the first team that's coming into the Big 12. I feel like it's a huge honor, and I'm really blessed to be able to have it.
By the way, if you turn over, look behind your left shoulder. There's
there
a
he
guy
is.
in a blue
Yeah.
suit.
There he is.
You go
I'm
say
going to
hi
go
to
track
him.
him down.
Yeah.
I'm going to shake his hand.
Thanks for your time. Good luck. We'll see you soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you
John
guys. God
Rhys
bless.
Plumlee, UCF quarterback, with us on 365 Sports.